Tributes are pouring in tonight for a man being remembered as a devoted public servant and a lawmaker who left an indelible mark on the Senate. President Trump calling him, quote, one of the greatest people and senators I have known. Graham was also one of Ukraine's most vocal supporters in Congress. Just days ago, he returned from a visit to Kyiv where he met with President Zelensky, a final public mission that underscored a cause he championed until the end. Flags at the White House are being flown at half-staff.
Tonight, the sudden death of Republican Senator Lindsey Graham shaking Washington and reverberating around the world. Flags lowered to half-staff at the White House and the Capitol. Washington, D.C. EMS dispatched to Graham's home on Saturday night for a man in apparent cardiac arrest. Tonight, Graham's office sharing the preliminary findings from the medical examiner, showing the senator died from a ruptured aorta stemming from heart disease. It came just hours after Graham returned from this trip to Ukraine. He had just turned 71 years old on Thursday. There was perhaps no Republican senator closer to President Trump. Today, Trump calling Graham a true American patriot, saying he spoke to the senator on the phone the night he died.
But he said, I feel good, but I'm tired. He was like a member of the family to me. It's very tough, actually.
Graham arrived in Congress in the 1994 Republican wave, making a name for himself in the impeachment of President Bill Clinton. The South Carolina man who grew up in a single room behind his parents' liquor store, bar, and pool hall, the first in his family to graduate college, would go on to serve more than 2 decades in the Senate and become one of the nation's most recognizable politicians. On Capitol Hill, Graham was known for his hawkish foreign policy, supporting wars in Afghanistan, Iraq, and later Iran.
All hell's about to break loose on this regime.
In 2016, Graham mounted a presidential campaign and sparred with then-candidate Donald Trump in defense of his mentor, the late Senator John McCain.
I think he's crazy. I think he's unfit for office.
But Graham and Trump later went from political foes to fast friends, the senator spending more time with Trump than seemingly any other lawmaker, especially on the golf course. Graham was instrumental in confirming Trump's Supreme Court nominees, mounting this fiery defense of Justice Brett Kavanaugh in 2018.
This is the most unethical sham since I've been in politics.
But the senator notably split with Trump after January 6th.
All I can say is count me out.
The two would later reconcile. And tonight, Graham's impact being felt the world over. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu saying Israel has lost one of its greatest friends. Graham, who never married, is survived by his sister, who he helped raise after their parents' deaths, and his nieces. Tonight, Graham's Capitol Hill colleagues stunned, saying the Senate will never be the same.
Governor Henry McMaster now facing that difficult task of filling the Senate seat Graham commanded for more than 2 decades. President Trump saying he has someone in mind.
I have somebody that I think would be great, but I don't want to say it now because it's just, it's too soon with Lindsey.
The governor's pick will only finish out Graham's current term. State law mandating a special election to replace him on the ballot in November when he was up for re-election.